Welcome to PropsBot.AI. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief tutorial on how best to use the app. Now, assuming you've downloaded the app and you've signed up for a membership, either you're on the free trial, the weekly membership, or the monthly, this is the main screen you're going to see. If you're not seeing something, make sure you have the right date selected for the next time that the current market will be playing games. So in this case, the next slate of NFL games is on Sunday. That's why I have it selected. Now, some of the things you're going to see on the screen are the logo, PropsBot.AI. As I said, the date. This is the markets. So you select this right here if you want to see all the markets that are available. In the middle, this is interesting. Now you click right here, you'll see all straight or parlay. This is separated by the odds that the books have. So for instance, if you're going to play something that's a minus 280, let's say Derrick Henry touchdown, that is going to be in the all or parlay section, as that is a juiced odds that I don't recommend playing as a straight. However, if you want to play most basic props, the straight bets, things that are minus 110, minus 120, plus odds, something like that, that you can find either under all or the straights selection. The next thing is over-unders. Right now you can see the O is highlighted. We are on overs. That is the default. If you want to take a look at unders, just select that button. So if you want to combine the two things, you look at the unders and then go to straight plays, and you're only going to find things that fit that criteria, plays that should be played or could be played as straight. So for the sake of this video, I reset it to all and I'm on the over category. Over here, you can search under search player. You can type in Henry, just type the last name. You could type the first name, and both will work. Now this little filter, this little slider button, you could either sort by confidence score, which is the default, or you can select by difference. Now when you select difference, that's this button right over here. We've selected this to do some sorting and filtering. When you select difference, what that's going to do is it's going to look for the difference between the projection and what the line is set at. So for instance, in this example, Derrick Henry's reception yards are set at 0.5. His projection is 56. So obviously that's a massive, massive difference between the projection and the line that is set. Now, since I mentioned projections, I just want to say the projections are a third-party vendor. Those are nothing to do with the confidence score. They are two completely separate things. Now, the next thing you'll see on the screen is this little slider. Right now, it's auto defaulted to all. But if you wanted to just search for plays in a specific game, let's say you're looking at the Houston-Miami game and you want to select into that, now it'll only give you plays for that specific game. So let's talk confidence score for a minute. What is it? The confidence score, as I said, is a proprietary formula, completely separate of the projections, that those are a third-party vendor's projections. The confidence score takes into account a couple of things. It takes into account the line and what odds are available for a specific play. It also takes into account both recent game log data and weighs it a little bit heavier, and season long data and weighs that slightly different. And these values can be adjusted and tweaked as we go, as we try to continue to get the best, most accurate confidence score possible. So with a confidence score, 0.5 is kind of that middle threshold. Anything above that is a higher confidence play. Anything below that will be highlighted in red. That is a lower confidence play. However, 0.49, 0.48, lower confidence scores will still hit and will still cash. That does not mean they're bad bets. It's merely a part of the equation, a piece of the puzzle, and a place to get you started in your research. So next, obviously, we have a player card here. We have the player name. We have the matchup. The team that this player plays for is bolded, as you can see here. We have the date and the time of the game. And right here, what you're going to see is the best odds that the books have at the time that you're accessing the app. Now, these odds update every 10 minutes, so this can change as you're scrolling through the app. So right now we're seeing betonline.ag for Jared Goff has the best lines over 256.5 pass yards at a minus 114. I've scrolled down a little bit more. Now we're looking at Jordan Love's passing yardage. It's set at 235.5 with a 0.68 confidence score. You'll see that's highlighted in green, with the best odds currently at a minus 115 on DraftKings. The implied probability is next. This is just the implied probability of success for this line right here. The projections are next. I have mentioned these come from a third-party vendor that are pulled automatically through the API right into PropsBot. And now finally on this line, we have difference. This is the differential percentage, either an edge or a deficit between this line that the books have it at and the projections that, as I said, come from the third-party vendor. So as you'll see, there's a 4.03% difference, meaning you might have a slight edge over where this line is set at compared to what the projection is at. Next, you'll find hit rates, last 5 hit rate. That means Jordan Love has exceeded or hit this passing yardage prop in 60% of his last 5 games. Here you'll see he's hit it 50% of his last 10, 60% of his last 20, and 54.55% of the time on the season, he has exceeded this 235.5 passing yardage prop. So a lot of the information you're going to find here, at least from this row up, is a repeat from the screen before this. However, this line right here, you're going to find this right here is where it gets interesting. As I said, betonline.ag is a minus 114 to the over. That is the best odds you can get on this play at 256.5 at the time you're opening this app. However, if you want to do some odds shopping, which I highly suggest you do, find yourself the best odds for the play. You can do that right here. I'm going to put my mouse there and just use my finger to scroll. And all you do is slide the screen over. That's all you're going to do. You can see Caesars, FanDuel, betonline.ag was the best odds at the time. Ballybet, also minus 114. Bet Rivers is 256.5. Fliff is available in 48 books. We've got Fliff minus 120 to the over. Hard Rock Bet is also at 256.5. Bet MGM 256.5. And ESPN Bet giving you some value right now. So if you were scrolling through and looking at this, you can see that ESPN Bet has the line lower. So if you're going to take the over, now you're going to get juice for it at a minus 140. You're going to get taxed on that line. However, give yourself an extra 7 yards here and take the over 249.5 there on ESPN Bet. And that's a little value found by using the tool. Bovada, Underdog, and Prize Picks. Yes, we have the DFS Pick'em apps as well. Now, what's really cool is you'll see this little alt slider right here, and you can see I've adjusted it already. And this is good if you want to use things such as like a juice cutter. You want to find something that has a high hit rate. As you can see, Jared Goff has hit this line 80% of his last 5 games, 70% of his last 10. If you look at all the data we have, 33 games worth of data, he's hit this line in 75.76% of the time. That's a great hit rate. That makes it great for juice cutting, and it also makes it great for parlay. And all it takes is you to slide your finger right on this little bar. And now let's say I want to look at 247.5, or I want to look at 250 right here. You could just either click or just slide the bar over. And it's as simple as that to find the odds you want. So if you want to build out a parlay, let's say we want to see how many times he hits 300 passing yards, right? You just slide it over and there you go. 301.5 passing yards. Close enough. You get the idea, but you've got that little alt slider there at the bottom. So now one other thing I want to touch on real quick is a lot of times I feel like you have to kind of go back out to the main page to get into a new play. Well, not with PropsBot.AI. You can just click into the next play for Jared Goff right from here. So if I want to say, let's say I'm looking at Jared Goff and you're like, no, I'm not really interested in his passing yards anymore for whatever reason. I want to take a look at his pass attempts. Click into pass attempts, the same information comes up and it's right there. You can look at the game log data. You could slide this around. Let's say we want to look at how many times he's had, 30 passing attempts in a game and how he's done. Just put it right there. 30 pass attempts in a game. You can see he's hit that in 80% of his last 5 games, averaging 34 pass attempts per game over that span. Now you can see he has a slightly less hit rate over the last 20, just 55%, but this allows you to do all the same things that I was talking about on the last page. You know what? Let's say I only have a certain books. I only have Fliff. So I'm just going to scroll over here. I'm going to find Fliff. Look at that. There you go. 32.5 on Fliff at a minus 135 to the over. And now I'm in over, but let's just say, you know what? I actually think I like the under. Well, it's right here. You don't have to go anywhere else for it. Minus 110 to the under on Fliff. So that's a very basic, very quick rundown of PropsBot.AI. I hope you found it helpful. I'm going to be making a whole slew of tutorial videos to get you started, to get you using PropsBot.AI effectively and get you making money, turning you into a smarter and more successful sports bettor and giving you back your time because the AI has done the work for you. you.